Hello, this is Troy with the Noble Grafted in Middle Position, looking at this warning that Paul gives the wild olive tree, lest you be wise in your own sight. I do not want you to be unaware. Unless you be arrogant, you'll become ignorant of a mystery, a partial hardening. How much more will their full inclusion mean? He's bringing in the Gentiles to make Israel jealous, which we know is Deuteronomy 32, verse 21. And then he gives them a warning. And that warning is it's right here. How could one have chased 1,000 and two have put 10,000 to flight unless their rock had sold them and the Lord had given them up? So what's happening is here, Israel's enemies are wanting to cut them to pieces. Israel's adversaries are wanting to erase them from human memory. God said, I would have said that. I'm not happy with them, but I'm not giving that to my enemies. The enemies of my people are not going to be triumphant over my people. But they try. And he says, for they are a nation void of counsel. There is no understanding in them. If they were wise, they would understand this. This is where Paul's talking about this mystery. And then he goes, if they were wise, they would understand this. There's no understanding in them. If they were wise, they would understand this. They would discern their latter end. How could one have chased 1,000 and two have put 10,000 to flight unless their rock had sold them and the Lord had given them up? Then he goes into this little tirade right here. For their rock, the enemy's rock, is not our rock, Israel's rock. Our enemies are by themselves. Their rock, them, their adversaries, which are our enemies, are by themselves. Their rock is not our rock. For their vine comes from the vine of Sodom and from the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are the grapes of poison. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine and their poison of serpents, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not laid up and stored with me, sealed in my treasuries, according to Job 38, 22 and 23. Vengeance is mine and recompense, for the time will come when their foot will slip, and the day of their calamity is at hand. That is Romans 12, 5, right there. Vengeance is mine. That's from Deuteronomy 32:25. Vengeance is mine, I will